If you've understood what it means to increase a certain amount or decrease a certain amount by a certain fraction, you should be able to tell what it means to increase it by a certain percentage, because you know the connection between percentage and fraction. So let's do some examples here. Let's start from the beginning. That's the easiest part. Increase these bananas by 20%. Now you know what 20% means. It means 20 over 100, which if you reduce it becomes 1/5. It means you increase them by 1/5 of whatever the quantity is over here. So if you want to know what's 1/5 of so many bananas, if you do it the primitive way, the 15 bananas, you increase it by 1/5, we'll find out what's 1/5 of 15. 20% of 15 or 1/5 of 15, it's the same thing. So break it into 5 equal groups, and then one of those groups is 3. So that's what you add. One of these groups is 3, so you add 3 bananas. That's this much here. That's what you add at the end. So 15 bananas, increase it by 3 bananas, and so you now have 18 bananas altogether. So if you increase 15 bananas by 20%, all you did was add 3 to it, which is 20% of 15 bananas, and you get 18 bananas. You got that? We'll slow it down for you. Or maybe this is too slow. Increase them by 20%. You can do it 2 ways. One is 20% is 20 over 100. Now in decimals, you can take this point here, and because you divide by 2 zeros here, it goes 1, 2, and it goes 0.2. That's the answer, right? 0.20. So instead of writing 20%, you can say you increase it by 0.2 of 15. Of means to multiply. Multiply the 2 and you get the answer 3. You can do it this way. You can also do it this way. Just fractions, no decimals. 20%, which means if you reduce it, it comes to 1/5. And take 1/5 of 15, and the answer is 3. So you increase it by 3. Work it this way or this way. Either way, you'll increase them by 3. So that's how we do these. Let's get an overview of what we did. We had 15 bananas. Step 1, find 20% of 15 bananas. That's 3 bananas. Okay, step 2, add the 3 bananas to the original 15 bananas. And you get 18 bananas. And that's your answer. Not complicated at all. So let's start with this here. Show it on a grid like this. It'll look like this. I had how much? 15 bananas. I increased it by 20%. So take 20% of 15 bananas, which means 20% is 0.2 if you want to do it in decimal. Multiply the 2 and you get 3 bananas. So add this to what I had, 15 and 3, add the 2 together, and I now have 18 bananas. There, that's the way we show it on a grid. Now some common examples of percentage, things that people sometimes get very easily confused by, like what's 100%? Well, 100% means all of it. Whatever you have, if you want to give 100% of it to somebody, you give the entire whole thing. No parts are given, the whole thing is given. So this is 100% of one whole, means all of it. So if I have to drink 100% of my juice, I'll drink all of it. That's what 100% means. So if you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, what? 6 butterflies here? If I want to increase it by 100%, means I want to increase it by whatever amount here, by all of this. That means I bring in another 6 butterflies. So that's by how many? By all 6. So add that to that, I now have 12 butterflies. That's what it means to increase by 100%. Take all of it, whatever the original was, all of the original, add it to it, and you'll get the new amount. So 6 butterflies. If you want to increase it by 100% of 6, well, 100% of 6, you can work it out. 6 times 100% means 6 times 1, which means 6, which means you add 6 more butterflies to it, and you get 12 butterflies. That's your answer. Okay, now you try this. You want to increase these candles by 200%. How many will you get? You have 3 candles. You want to increase 3 by 200%. Try it yourself. Try to find out what's 200% of 3. And you'll find the 3 candles, increase it by 200%. Well, 200% of 3 is actually 200 over 100. Well, that's obviously just 2. It means 2 times 3. It means you're doubling it. 200% increase means you're doubling it. Whatever you had, add 1, 2. So whatever the doubling amount gives you, that's what you add to the original. So the doubled amount is 6 more candles. And so add it to the original 3 candles, and you have 9 candles altogether. So 200% means 2 times. 100% means just 1 times. Repeat them just 1 more time and add it to the original. 200% means repeat it 2 times, then add that to the original. So 2 times the original. 1, 2. There you go. What about this? Increase the apples by 300%. Okay, all yours. Take it away. How many apples will you get at the end if you increase the apples, these 2 apples, by 300%? If you'd increase it by 100%, you just add 2 apples. All of this. If you had to increase it by 200%, you'd add 2 times more apples. So 2 times more than 2 is 4. You'd add 4 apples. If you increase the 2 apples by 300%, then how many apples would you add? 300% means 3 times the 2 apples. And so you would add 6 apples. 2, 4, and 6. And so altogether you'd have 8 apples. Something worth understanding and knowing about. This is actually a very, very important concept, and you need to have a very good grip of this. So it's 3 times. There you go. So if you want to increase the amount of money you have by 400%, now suppose you have $500. How much would you have if you increased it by 400%? For 400%? Cent and 100 knocks out. You just left with the figure 4. Increase it 4 times. Simple as that. Now keep thinking about that. Work it out. Ask each other and see if everybody's got it. And then you're ready for the next clip. Take care. Have a wonderful day. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.